Years had passed, each one carrying Joesph further from the boy he was. The pit was a distant memory, the prison, a forgotten shadow. A devastating famine now gripped the land, forcing his weary brothers on a desperate journey to Egypt, the only nation with grain to spare. They walked for weeks, driven by hunger, seeking an audience with the powerful viceroy who held their lives in his hands. And now, the very brothers who sold him into slavery stood before the second most powerful ruler in all of Egypt. They saw only a stern, imposing figure. They had no idea. It was Joesph. The dream they once mocked with such scorn was now unfolding before their very eyes. Overwhelmed by the grandeur of the court and the authority of the man on the throne, they bowed low, their faces to the ground, just as God had shown him all those years before. Behind the mask of a stoic ruler, a storm of emotion raged. He recognized them instantly. Every face, every voice, a painful echo from a life he thought was buried. But they did not recognize him. The pain of their betrayal was still real. The wound was deep. But deeper still was the unwavering promise of God that had carried him through it all. He saw not just the men who had wronged him, but the instruments of a divine plan he was only now beginning to understand. He could bear the silence no longer. With a sudden movement, he rose to his feet, and a hush fell over the entire hall. The air grew thick with tension. Joesph. I am Joesph. Does my father still live? The one they had left for dead stood alive before them, not with the vengeance they deserved, but with a mercy they could never have imagined. Grace wrote the final word. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to save many people alive. The very power intended to crush him was now the instrument of salvation. Joesph commanded the storehouses of Egypt to be opened, sending his brothers back with a message that would heal a father's broken heart. Your son Joesph is alive. After years of silence and sorrow, a father held his lost son. What was broken was restored. What was meant for evil, God turned for good. And a family once fractured by jealousy and scattered by famine was finally home. I hope you enjoyed this epic Bible story, Joesph the Final, Saga Part 3. Like, share, and subscribe.